Start, please.
Scott speeding, having a go from a distance. Straight down, overextended, not keeping his shoulders above his hips. Tawarira.
Ponte detrás sin espejo todo pasillo, ¿vale? 8 dentro. Catch! Bind! Set! Estáticos!
Anyone at the back?
Fine. I suppose the big question was it knocked down or knocked forward. It's judged to have been knocked forward. Well, the field is chopping up a little bit. It is a little bit damp and slippery underfoot.
Your strikes. Catch! Point! Set!
Another scrum penalty goes to the Crusaders. They're just getting the edge in this important battle. And again,
In a line. Bind! Set! Down that far side. Ran across here.
Melé, Harrison, Laulala up against Dutoit. Van Ferdinand. Oosthuizen, plenty of experience there from Oosthuizen, 112 caps for the Sharks.
Bind! Sit!
Now looking for their first pair of consecutive wins against the Stormers since 2009.
Anyone at the back?
Fine!
I suppose the big question was it knocked down or knocked forward. It's judged to have been knocked forward. Well, the field is chopping up a little bit. It is a little bit damp and slippery underfoot.
Your strikes. Catch! Point! Set!
another scrum penalty goes to the Crusaders. They're just getting the edge in this important battle. And again,
Ponte detrás sin espejo todo pasillo, ¿vale? 8 dentro. Catch! Bind! Set! Estáticos.
Estamos bien, queremos jugarla, ¿eh? ¡Hola! ¿Segundas? Ahí, perfecto.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
La verdad es que nos están ofreciendo un gran partido, si no de juego, sí de intensidad, de ganas por parte de los dos equipos para llevarse el encuentro. Rebota el balón en la...
Sobre la línea, perfecto, ahí tenéis la línea, perfecto. Tú dices, Andoni, ¿eh? Tú dices. Bien. ¡Fuera! Segunda. Ahí. Vamos, crap.
Crouch!
Abajo.
Bind! Set!
Aguanta.
El Barça Rugby. A Artión le han pasado de zaguero, que es normalmente donde solía jugar, si no me equivoco, en el book hizo muy buenos números en DHB.
Sí, sí.
Hablo de memoria, o sea que...
Sí, sí, es en el book.
Quietos. Count. Bind. Set. Está en el 8, juégalo.
Guys, let's talk about binding. I think it's always been a hot topic in terms of scrummaging. Marius, if you can maybe give us some pointers on what the law says.
We've got the loose head, he's got to get a good bind, and then we've got to get the tight head, who's got to get a long bind on the body and not on the arm. Where the term cranking comes from is when the tight head then binds on the arm of the loose head, and he just dips him into the scrum, and that causes the scrum to collapse. So it goes both ways. Loose head needs to get a positive bind in order to support the tight head so that he can get his bind, and then resulting not cranking him down.
Okay, thank you, Marius. I think what's very important to know there is yes, that cranking is an illegal action and you will get penalized, and it's also dangerous. But to prevent it from a loose head side is to consistently, once you've got a good grip and once you bound on that jersey and maybe get a bit of bind on his body, to constantly work upwards and never leave a tight head a gap to come down onto you, because the tight head's job would be to land a plane almost. Technically, he wants to land a plane and just keep you down there. So the moment you work constantly and upwards with this arm and stay strong, almost like if you've got an iron bar right here, it stays upward and strong, chest to the front, neck up from here, you'll prevent any crank or any illegal crank from happening. Let's look at that on a 3-on-3 scenario. Right, they've now engaged. I think our tight head wants a little bit of a longer bind here. That's it. Now let's say our tight head illegally starts to crank the loose head. And crank. The scrum will go down and it's problems, okay? Say next to your hooker. Right. For you as a loose head to prevent this from happening, try and get your bind. Try and get your bind strong. Try and get a little bit of your bind on his body. And now you constantly work upwards and prevent him from coming down. Okay, now tight head on my call, try and crank him again. And a lot harder to get it right because there's consistent resistance here. Okay, break. Okay, so very important for the loose head here to always think of your bind as iron, strong, consistent. Never drop your guard, because he needs a half a second to come with an illegal tactic and take you down, and then we lose our scrum base and we're liable for injuries.
Crouch. Bind. Set. 3, negro.
Cosas
La afición verdinegra espera ver el jugador de la categoría que es, Pichi.
Sí, todo el mundo lo tiene como jugador franquicia de este año para las Focas santanderinas, y el jugador que en teoría pues debe aportar pues ese toque de calidad, ¿no?, que se espera de él, ¿no? Sobre todo ese currículum con el que trae, ese pedigrí, le precede, y bueno, pues todas las esperanzas puestas en que sea ese jugador.
Bind. Set.
Enough all the way through for the Sharks to pop out as deserved victors. And they are still ahead by a point. And every minute that ticks away and they stay ahead, they have more and more adrenaline, more and more belief, and they'll keep knocking over those Crusaders runners, and then they get the penalties.
Well, the most successful overseas team to win in New Zealand, aren't they, Moose? 21, and now the fire's starting to fire up. Have a bit of a chat to the Crusaders front row. There you go, son.
Angle and then collapse.
Oh, they're a special breed, aren't they, though, Moose, that front row? Look at this.